All right, positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Much respect to you, Craig. Kathy's in the building. Rosterman is in the building. Good to see everybody. Hope you're all eating well, taking care of yourselves. Health is wealth. And here we go with a nighttime presentation where I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite vegetables. It's not easy to pick your favorite vegetables. I think it's easier to pick your favorite fruits. You don't too much look at vegetables as which one is your favorite like you do fruits. But the way I came with the conclusion my favorite vegetables, I had to use a method of which ones I buy the most. When I go to the store, what vegetables do I always buy? Because obviously, subconsciously, those probably are my favorite. They're probably my favorite based on what I'm cooking, how I'm using them. And what's most available at the store that's always in good condition? With vegetables, the conditions vary. Fruit too, but not as much as vegetables. Vegetables um, vary. You know, like sometime when I go get Brussels sprouts, they look scrawny. They have like blemishes on them, like brown. And then sometime you go and they're nice and big and they're green and they're bright. And so a lot of times, you have to buy the vegetables. I buy the vegetables that look the best. There's a lot of different greens. And so if I go in the store like a Whole Foods, as soon as I get to the vegetable section, they have all the greens standing up there. And they might have dinosaur, kale, and they might have, they'll have cabbage on below, and they'll have regular kale, and they'll have collard greens and mustard greens, up all these. And the ones that look really nice, those are typically the ones I buy. I like to buy a variety, so I don't like to buy the same greens all the time. I like to change them up. And because of that, none of the greens made the list except, I think, one. You know what I mean? Do I think the rise in fruitarianism and constant fruit fasting is undermining the vegetables? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the fruitarian way of eating is not going to ever get that big, because if you live in Detroit, Chicago, if you live in some of these cities up north, you can't get fruit like that. You can't you can't get a variety of fruit to be a fruitarian. And a lot of times when they teach, they don't consider that. You're not going to be able in Chicago. eh, How you going to be a fruitarian? What about on off season when stuff is not in season? So uh, that's not a sustainable way of eating. Plus, I don't recommend fruitarian. I don't recommend fruitarian. To me, fruitarian is not. To me, the fruitarian way of eating is not necessarily healthy to me. It's healthy. The fruit is healthy. Don't get me wrong. But the constant eating fruit, um, from my experience, is not healthy because of parasites. And fruit has a tendency to, parasites can live in fruit. Parasites can't live in onion and garlic. And so for me, uh, the change is best. I had a friend in Hawaii. In Hawaii, they have staph infections, and he ended up with a staph infection, and it had got all in his stomach and everywhere. He was extremely sick, and all he did was eat fruit. Shout out to Shay Shay if you ever watched this. He was from Kansas City, but he was in the military. After the military, he stayed in Hawaii, started growing his dreadlocks, and lived off the land. And I met him in California, and then he went back to Hawaii. And my plans was to go to Hawaii before I met him, so I went over there with him. So Shay Shay just ate fruit, and he got a staph infection. And when he got the staph infection, he went down to the doctor, which he never goes to the doctor, but he had to because he was basically so sick, like the type of sickness where you could die, you could pass away. So Shay Shay went down and they tried to give him medicines and everything, but he was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And at the camp we had, he was just laying down all day, all night. He was just laying there. And I used to cook what Rastas call a yaba pot. And a yaba pot is when you put some water in a pot. We had these big clay pots. You boil the water and you throw everything in there according to what takes the longest to cook. So you put the brown rice in there first. Then you put the next vegetable that takes the next longest to cook, and the next one, and the next one. And the one that cooks the quickest, you put that in last so that everything is ready at the same time. So, of course, you got onion in there, and garlic, and bell pepper, and cayenne pepper. So I cooked that and started making him eat that and took him off the fruit. 3 days later, he was up. 3 days later, he was up. And now, just show you about some of these doctors. So now he goes back to the doctors for another checkup. Tells the doctor he's feeling great. Told the doctor he starts eating vegetables and he can stop eating so much fruit. Then the doctor tells him, oh yeah, because staph infection lives off sugar. And fruit has fructose sugar. And so you have to shock your body. You have to shock your body. Okay? You can't eat the same thing. You have to send your body and shock. You have to shock your intestines to make sure nothing in there is comfortable. Good to see you, more power. I'm glad you're feeling good, bro. So you have to shock your body. So you have to run everything through your body. If you go fruitarian, you're not going to be using basil. You're not going to be using thyme. You're not going to be using cayenne pepper. You're not going to be using rosemary. You're not going to be using olive oil. You're not going to be using avocado oil. You're not going to be using garlic, onion, hot peppers. Not smart. Not wise at all. Especially if you don't live in the tropics. I know the one brother is Aries or something, but he lives in the tropic. And I always think about if you were in the jungle, you would eat herbs for sure. You would eat herbs for sure. For sure, you would eat herbs. You would eat leaves. You would definitely eat leaves. Absolutely for sure. Gorillas eat leaves. All the animals in the jungles eat leaves. It's not that it's not protective enough. It's that you have to send your body in shock. And there's different types of parasites. And they live on different things. So if you got a parasite that's comfortable with fruit, you got to hit it with some Scotch bonnet pepper or something. Parasites probably don't like hot. I just use common sense. You think parasites like cayenne pepper touching on them? Because if you look at worms and parasites, their body they don't have skin like that. They're all soft. So what you think on a soft, spongy like parasite, what you think will happen if cayenne pepper sticks to it? Like if you went outside and there was an earthworm on after it rained, and you put some cayenne pepper on it, what you think will happen? It'll burn them. So the fruitarian something is something you to do for a while, like do that for a month if you want to. But the problem with plant-based eating is people teach plant-based eating based on their region, and they don't teach it globally like me. If it's wintertime in Chicago or it's fall, because harvest doesn't happen until Thanksgiving. So if it's wintertime, and depends on where you live at, usually a lot of times the fruit selection is low. You might not always want to go to the big store. For me, I can go to the small store and I can get spinach, I can get cabbage, I can get things at the small store. I can get limes, I can get lemons, I can get garlic, I can get onions, but I can't get like collard greens. I can't get like mustard greens. I can't get dinosaur kale. I have to go to Whole Foods for the bigger selection. So it's not really convenient. And fruit is just, you know, I mean, how you going to eat 365 days with fruit? You know what I'm saying? You understand? Like, I don't see it. I don't see it as reasonable. I remember Yaki was saying only eat fruit. The next thing I seen him, he was eating vegetables too. He was eating alfalfa sprouts. That ain't fruit. So I watched Yaki say that at first, but he didn't stick with it. He didn't stick with it. Next thing you know, he's talking about alfalfa sprouts to make you strong. Okay, that's not fruit, bro. That's not fruit. So the fruit, nah. You got it. Variety is the spice of life. Fruitarian is an unrealistic way to eat. Much respect, Arctic. Yeah, and you can eat more. You know, you can eat more. You can cook a whole bunch. You can put plus fruit. Plus fruit, you got to shop all the time because fruit goes bad. Fruit goes bad. Fruit ripens. Okay, fruit ripens, and fruit goes bad. That's why we like watermelon because it's inside a case and it doesn't ripen as fast, but it will go bad. But the other fruit that you sit on the counter, an apple, if you don't eat it in a few days, it's going to start looking dry looking. Then it's going to start getting little wrinkles in it. And so fruitarians, that's no threat to vegetables. Vegetables, you got to understand vegetables never go nowhere because meat eaters use vegetables. So vegetables are not dependent on vegans. So sweet potatoes, everybody eats them. Greens, everybody eats them. So just because people are meat eaters don't mean they still don't eat vegetables. And they eat vegetables with their dinners. So the vegetable market is not just dependent on vegans. You know what I'm saying? The vegetable market is not dependent on just vegans. I mean, when I go in Whole Food, the vegetable section is the most packed section in the store. Yeah, I've been noticed that when you go in Whole Foods, you go to the fruit and vegetables. That's where everybody's at. And then they go up and down the aisles to get what goes with that stuff. They go up and down to find the spices and the other things they need to cook what they get right there. Anytime you go to the Whole Foods, it's always 8, 9 people over there browsing. Even on a slow day, it's 5 people over there constantly. Those carts just be lined up, people trying to get their greens and their bell peppers and their cabbage and all this. So yeah, that's vegetables outsell fruit, I would imagine. I would imagine that vegetables outsell fruit. You know, yeah, I don't know what the clean 15 and dirty dozen is. I've been vegan since 1978, so all that stuff I don't pay attention to that stuff. The new people they become vegans or they get in they start making up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Confusing the people, making it harder to go vegan, basically. Putting all these rules and regulations, which just ruins people's opportunity to change. Like, how can I get somebody to get off meat and then I'm telling them all this nonsense? Alkaline, I don't like that type of stuff. Some people, when they jump over to the vegan side, they forget about the meat side and they just talking like they talking to vegans. But we're supposed to be helping people transition. And the more junk and more rules you add, the less likely they're gonna stop eating chicken and fish and all that. So I'm not like the other vegan experts, plant based or whatever they call themselves, whole food. I'm not like them. I'm not the person to try to get you to eat the best vegan food. I'm the person get you off Cheetos and White Castles and Burger King. I'm the one to even get you over there to eat any kind of vegetables. That's my job. I concentrate on getting people off of meat and cheese and dairy. I don't, I don't, that side to me, they run people away. To me, if they see Yaki say, just eat fruit, they ain't going to do it. In a make believe world, yeah, that sounds great. But in the real world, I'm in Chicago. I ain't on no island, no fruit. Nah, I'm in the city with a lot of black people and a lot of white people and a lot of Hispanics. I'm in the city, right? And so those type of teachings is trash. I'm not looking for it. I already told you I don't want to see that. 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 I keep telling you that stuff is trash. I don't pay that stuff no attention. That's all trash. Well, I want to see that. I'm before that. I'm before the list. The list is a baby. That's kindergarten. I don't want to see that. I would never tell these people go look at that. That's all nonsense. That stuff runs people away. That list makes less vegans. That's what it does. when you tell people, when you tell people go vegan or go plant based, right? And you tell people, you listen for a minute, Astro. Tell me if I'm lying. If I tell people to get off dairy, is that one thing? If I tell people get off dairy, is that one thing? Is dairy one thing? No. Dairy is milk, cheese, bread. It's in all the bread. It's in all their donuts. It's in a lot of things they eat. So they can't just get off dairy. They got to get off 20 things. 20 things in their house has dairy in it. It's a fact. And so for people that don't do like me, ain't no real teachers, ain't really convert nobody, I don't listen to them. How many vegans you got under your belt? Because I got mad vegans under my belt. When I started recruiting people, Yaki was a little boy. Now, Yaki is one of my favorites. That's why I keep bringing him up. But still, he could sit down and get a couple lessons too. Because a lot of stuff he teaching is make believe. He nobody gonna change. Not too many people gonna change, and the people that do change, they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go back. Just because you change somebody, that don't mean they ain't gonna go back. Because you got to change them over the right way. So, uh, my job is to get people from over here. If you go over here on the plant based side and you start making it too complicated, you're not helping nothing. Complicating it. Now you're thinking everybody's over here, and you forget about everybody that's over here. Basically, just like you got people saying they're not vegan, they plant based, so they whole food. Stupid stuff. Because if you're plant based, you're a vegan. Just crazy stuff. Say they don't eat vegan food. There's no such thing as vegan food. It's just stupid stuff. They say, I don't eat vegan. I eat plant based. That vegan food ain't no good. There's no such thing as vegan food. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as vegan food. Doesn't exist. No such thing. You got people don't even know what vegan means. Crazy. Vegan, a person who does not eat any food derived from animals and who typically does not use other animal products. So if you're plant based, ain't you vegan? Wait a minute. Vegan is a person that does not eat any food derived from animals and typically does not use other animal products. So if you're whole food, aren't you a vegan? If you're plant based, aren't you a vegan? Yes or no? They don't even know what vegan means. There's no such thing as vegan vitamins. There are vitamins that are vegan. It just means there's no animal byproduct in it. That's all vegan means. So when they say I don't eat vegan, this is unintelligence. What do you mean? What the heck is eating vegan? There's no such thing as eating vegan. Vegan is a word means what you eliminate, not what you eat. Vegan describes what you don't eat. But whatever. Vegan describes what you don't eat, not what you eat. It's a word of what you eliminate. Whole food is a distinction between different types of people that eat vegan. Whole foods are people, they won't eat a donut or a vegan cookie or nothing like that. That has nothing to do with it. That just determines what type of vegan you are. That's it. But it's not the opposite of being a vegan. But whatever. It's the kind of stuff I got to go fight against constantly. But I'm going to be interviewing everybody over here. I'm going to straighten out each and every last one of them. I'm going to tell them straight to their face. Stop telling people you're not vegan. Do you eat animal byproducts? Okay, you are a vegan. I don't know what are you talking about? You could be a whole food vegan. You could be a plant-based vegan. You could be a fruitarian vegan, but you're still vegan. But whatever. I got to come back and teach the people the facts. You're confusing the people. That's because they don't know what they're talking about. One thing about experience is the best teacher, and these is babies getting in the game. So these is babies just talking. Basically, you know, I was like this in Hawaii where I had coconuts and breadfruit. I was like this in LA where I ate a lot of jahote and a lot of tortillas. And I'm in Chicago, and everywhere you go, you got to eat different. In California, they had fresh tortillas, steam in the bag, lime, corn, and water. You can't get that here. So depending on where you live at is going to determine what type of plant-based eating you're going to do. You're not going to be able to get oranges with seeds here, but you're going to be able to get oranges with seeds in Florida. And so, you know, I'm glad I wasn't teaching when I was in Hawaii. I would have gave everybody the wrong information because in Hawaii I was living off the land, and everything I would have been telling everybody to do, it wouldn't have been applicable in Chicago, Detroit, like New York. New York is on the coast. You could probably get soursops in New York because they right where the barges come in. Florida, places on the coast is where the barges come in. And the fruit that's gonna go bad, they can sell it right there. They don't gotta ship it, it'll go bad. So you can get things in New York that you cannot get in Chicago, that you cannot get in Cleveland, that you cannot get in St. Louis. In St. Louis, you could probably get fresher vegetables because you're further south from Chicago. You're like 5, 6 hours south from here. 5 or 6 hours make a big difference when you're transporting fruits and vegetables from the south. So you have to eat regional depending on where you're at. And so tonight, I said, let me tell you my top 10 vegetables that I eat. And these vegetables is based off of what I buy the most. And I kind of put them in order based on how I deal with them. Now, my number one vegetable that I deal with is onions. Onion is my number one vegetable because onion is the basic. And I use yellow onions. I use all different kinds, but I mostly buy this yellow one the most. But I use white onions. I use all type of onions. But onion is my number one vegetable because onion is used in many of my meals. Many of my meals have onion in them. Onion is a staple when I'm cooking. And so that's how I had to make this list based on when I go to the store, what's always in my cart. And one thing that's always in my cart, unless I got some already, is onion. Is always in my home. It's based on my favorite to eat because if I didn't buy, why would I buy it if I don't eat it a lot? That's why I came to the conclusion. right? So you're right. So I was trying to figure out how do I list them, and then I said, well, what do I buy all the time, right? Because if I buy it all the time, that means subliminally it got to be my favorite, or why would I buy it? So that's how I figured out, because I was trying to figure out which one was my favorite. And I was like, well, how am I gonna figure which one is my favorite? I was trying to figure how do I figure that? How do I figure which one is my favorite? I said, I know how. What am I buying? So that's how I was able to make my list. What do I buy the most? Because I buy all type of vegetables, but certain vegetables I buy more than anything else, or certain vegetables I buy. So in other words, onion, I might buy collard greens, I might buy mustard greens, I might buy dinosaur kale, regular kale, but guess what I always put in them? Onion. So even though I change the greens I buy, I always use onion. When I stir fry, I always stir fry on top of onions. Okay, maybe one day I'll give y'all some cooking secrets. See, if you want to add flavor to your food, you put the onions in the skillet first, and then you stir fry your food on top of the onions. And that way you can tell when it's time to stir it, because you wait till the onions get cooked first, and then you stir it, right? So you let the onions, you know what I mean? That's how you know it's time that finally the skillet is hot enough. And always use cast iron skillets. Don't use stainless steel. Don't use any of that. Don't use non-stick. Go ahead and get you a cast iron Dutch oven, a bunch of cast iron skillets. I got a whole selection of them. You can even get the griller. They got it where it's rough on one side, smooth on the other side. You put it on two eyes, and you could make some plant-based burgers or whatever right on that. We used to make bulgur burgers. We used to take bulgur, and my son's mother, when we lived in California, she would take the bulgur and soak it, and then make a patty out the bulgur and put like bell peppers and onions and mushrooms in it and fry it. Oh man, I haven't had that since I was in California. I need to make some. So onion is number one, my number one favorite vegetable, because I always got onions. If I don't have onion, I can't, a lot of times I can't cook. That's what I use. My number two favorite is bell pepper. I usually always have both of them. You understand? So I always use both of them. I always use bell pepper. I always use onion. Always. So bell pepper is number two. This is where I get my flavor from. I get the red bell pepper, I get the green bell pepper, I get the yellow bell pepper. So now they got them in a little thing with all three of them. I just grab that. But you got to use them. They have a tendency to start wrinkling up. Maybe I'm not storing them correctly. I mean, and onion, don't put them in the refrigerator. I used to put them in the refrigerator. Don't put your onions in the refrigerator. Leave them on the counter. They could get like this mold if you put them in the refrigerator, and it could not be really good for you. Could be kind of toxic if it get the mold on it, which is true, because I used to start seeing little black spots on them sometimes. That's mold. So keep your onions on the counter. Okay, so yeah, you can get some onions because you don't have to put them in the refrigerator, Archie. Don't put them in the refrigerator, right? So that's number two. Number three, I would say, is broccoli. I love the way broccoli tastes. And I don't buy broccoli as much as I buy cabbage or cauliflower, but I like the way it tastes. It tastes better. And the only reason I don't buy it as much, because it's not always good. in the store. Like I said, if it doesn't look really good, I don't buy it. If it has any blemishes or like anything like that, I don't buy it. But if I go in the store and they got the fresh broccoli and it's pow and it's nice and green, I get it. So that would be number three. Number four would be cabbage. Usually green cabbage, I'll buy red cabbage. Cabbage because I like to stir fry a lot. I don't like to boil too much. So I like to stir fry. I'm on this exercise routine and I gotta figure out I gotta eat. So right now I'm doing a lot of tofu, and cabbage is one of the things I'm stir frying with the tofu. I'm doing extremes amounts of tofu. Once I found out that tofu does not have estrogen in it, it has phytoestrogen. But they didn't tell us that back in the day. So for a long time, I stopped eating tofu because they was told us the wrong information. Told us it had estrogen in it, and it does not. It has phytoestrogen, and phytoestrogen regulates estrogen. So phytoestrogen, and make sure if you're a man that you don't get too much estrogen, and if you're a woman that you get adequate estrogen. It regulates estrogen. But they told us back in the day that tofu and soy got estrogen. That's false. They didn't even know what phytoestrogen is. So we constantly get new information. So I've been going hard on the tofu. I can tell the difference because I kept seeing these bodybuilders and the plant-based bodybuilders, and they were saying they eat a lot of tofu, and I was like, I thought tofu would make you feminine, but these guys are the number one weightlifters, and they went in the Olympics. So when I seen this black doctor, I think he's from Africa or the islands, he just broke that down like about 7 months ago. I seen that. I said, what? So it ain't been a year yet, but I've been back buying tofu. Right? I've been back buying tofu. Once I cut an onion, I use the whole thing. I use the whole thing in my meal. So yeah, broccoli is number three. Number four is cabbage. Because like I say, I cut that up. I can get a lot of meals. I'm trying to eat more. I'm 67. I'm trying to put on more muscle. I'm exercising. And a vegan, a lot of times, we don't eat a whole lot. We don't eat a whole lot, which is fine. It can sustain my body. But right now, I'm bodybuilding. And so I'm forcing myself to eat more. And so, like, I can get a skillet and I can put a whole bunch of vegetables in. I can put some cabbage in there, some onions, some garlic, and green pepper, and I can put my tofu in there, and I can make a whole huge skillet. I can eat half of it. I can put the top on and put it in the refrigerator, and that helps me eat twice. So I'm able for sure to eat twice, and then I'll have something else like a protein shake, something like that to make sure I get the 3 meals that I need to body build, to get my muscle game up, to get my strength up. So when I go into 70, when I'm walking and I'm moving, I'm not like no old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like fit. It decreases your age. So even though I'm 67, my body more like 50. I'm trying to get it to like 40. I'm almost there where I'll be like 40, like I'm sure if I was there when I was 40. So the cabbage helps me do that. And then, I can't be throwing money away. So I need something going to last. I can't be buying stuff going to wilt real quick. them greens, them greens, you can't save those greens. Now, when you get greens, when you get like the dinosaur kale and the collard greens and mustard greens, what you do is you get a big thing like you get a thing like this. Get one wider if you can, and you put water in here and stand them up in the water and put them in the refrigerator, and they won't wilt for a long time. So when you get the tall greens with the long stems, like collard greens, mustard greens, kale. This is the trick because my stuff was wilting. It was wilting too quick. I kept thinking it's wilting, but I'm a grower. I used to, I know I'm growing, so I'm thinking, you know what? These plants are cut. They're cut, right? So they're taking out the ground, and they're like this, right? So this is the plant. This is the bottom when you buy in the store. Now, it's still alive, so it will still drink. So finally it hit me. I said, you know what? It's thirsty. That's why it's wilting. Because the store is what? Spraying water on them. You ever been trying to get your vegetables and that water come on? Okay, that's why they spray the water on them, because it's still alive. So I said, oh, this is why my stuff keep wilting in 2 or 3 days. So now I get it and I sit it in some water and put it in the refrigerator. It won't wilt for 10 days. It won't wilt. Your greens won't wilt. You open that collard green, still be just like it was when you bought it. I said, okay, it's thirsty. It's thirsty. Because, my mother used to sprout stuff, My mother used to put onions in a glass with some water and sprout them. And she could grow more onions with that. If you got a home, I don't know why you buying onions and all that. You could take an onion and sit in some water, sprout, and just go put it, plant it outside. Have all the onions you want. Especially y'all live in the South. Y'all need to be having garlic bulbs, onion, all that stuff right on the side of the house. And that's going to run the pest away. They don't like that. My next favorite, number 5, is cauliflower. Cauliflower is my 5th favorite. I buy that often too. But recently, they haven't been that good in the store here in Chicago. I don't know why, but they haven't been that good. So I don't know what's up with that. You know what I'm saying? Six is garlic. Garlic I buy all the time. I've been trying the garlic that's already peeled. I get you a big bag of it. I've been trying that. I bought some of that in my first bag not too long ago. It's pretty decent because it stays fresh a long time. Because I guess because it's been peeled, and garlic has a tendency to start shrinking. Cauliflower is real good. You steam it. If you got a steamer, you put your steamer in your pot, steamer open up. If you got a bamboo steamer, that's even better, right? If you got a bamboo steamer, that's even better. That's what I gotta get next. I gotta get a bamboo steamer. The steel steamers, they get real cruddy after a while. And it's like you can't clean them. So I don't really like them. So I just been putting a little bit of water and steaming them. But I'm going to get me a bamboo steamer for my vegetables. You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying? You could just put the bamboo steamer right down in the skillet. and let it steam. And it's got three things, so I can steam everything separately. That's another thing. I don't got to steam it together. So I'm just going to go ahead and get me a bamboo steamer. That way I can steam them separately and I can keep them all nice and hard. I can put them in at different times. So I could put whatever's going to steam the quickest in last. And whatever's going to steam slow, I could put it in there first. Right? So yeah, cauliflower. My next is the garlic, right? So we're gonna go back. My number favorite is onion. Number two is bell pepper. Number three is broccoli. Number four is cabbage. Number five is cauliflower. Number six is garlic. The cabbage beats the cauliflower because I gotta cook the cauliflower almost all at once, and uh, the cabbage mixed with stir fry better. So the cabbage can go with a lot of different varieties. So I can get variety with the cabbage. It's a good base if you're doing quinoa, or if you're doing black beans, or if you're doing red beans, or if you're doing rice. Cabbage is always perfect. Cauliflower is like a something you add with your meal, whereas cabbage is something you use to make a meal. So that's why cabbage beat out cauliflower. Then I got garlic at number six. At number seven, I got Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts increase your testosterone, increases your sex drive, and has a lot of nitric oxide for men. So it's going to make you stiff. It's going to make you have, morning wood when you wake up. And at my age of 67, I need all the help I can get. So Brussels sprouts, if you're going on a date, brothers, with a woman tomorrow night, eat some Brussels sprouts today and eat some Brussels sprouts tomorrow. This is facts. Brussels sprouts do the job. Seriously. I kid you not. It's amazing. So I always eat those regularly to make sure you don't have no type of dysfunction sexually. Hell, the nitric oxide and stuff is gonna fight, so your prostate, end up with prostate issues. Prostate issues is gonna lead to uh, problems, sexual problems, and you're gonna have to keep getting up, going to the bathroom, back to back to back, because your prostate is messed up. So Brussels sprouts is number seven. Number eight is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes is on the list when I go in the store. Not every time I go, but a lot of times I go. Sweet potatoes is on the list. As far as consistency, I eat a lot more vegetables than this, but these are the ones that get the most consistency. Everything else, I switch it out. So that's why they didn't make the list. Like I switch out my greens. So I can't say which one. Because I buy my greens according to which one look the best, and I switch them out. And I never buy the same green twice because I want to get the best nutrition in my body. So if I buy collard greens today, 3 days from now when I go, I buy kale. If I buy kale, dinosaur kale, the next time I'll buy the other kale. The next time I'll buy a different green. I'll switch my greens out because variety is the spice of life. And I buy them, whichever ones look beautiful, those the ones I buy. If it don't look so good, I don't buy it. That's why the only problem I have with Brussels sprouts, sometimes they don't always look like this. If they don't look like this, I don't buy them. So sweet potato is regular, because I can get sweet potato and sweet potato. I can get two or three sweet potatoes, and that's gonna help me with some meals for a while. They don't go bad that quick, and that helped me get some variety in my food. Plus the colors, every color does something. So this orange color has a positive effect. Red has an effect. Purple has an effect. Green has an effect. Yellow. So it's also benefits in the colors. And I'll do a live on that and break that down to you. So the colors also represent a certain type of healing. So like the red is for the blood. So like for men with sex, you need blood circulation down there. So red beets, red pepper, red onion, red cabbage, red pomegranates, cranberry juice, red. If you need circulation, women, if you need having circulation problems, red. Always remember red. So that's number 8. Number 9 is yellow squash. I buy the yellow squash more than the green ones. And I like the yellow squash because they help me get a lot of moisture in my food. They're real juice. They like a lot of water comes out of them. A lot of right. So if I'm eating something dry, I like to use stuff like this. So overall, my food's not dry. So if I'm making couscous, I like to chop this up in it. So now my couscous is like it's moist. It's not dry. It's not soggy. It still's got that good texture I want. But this when you eating it together and you chewing it, the moisture is mixing with the couscous. That's another thing about onions too. Onions add moisture. Bell pepper add moisture to your meal. If you're eating dry stuff like rice, couscous, you need moisture to make the food really taste really good. And so you cook them separate. You don't cook them together because it's gonna make the rice and stuff too mushy. You know what I'm saying? But if you cook them separate, then you put them on a plate. Now your overall meal has got everything you need. So that's number 9. And number 10 that I buy a lot, and I use it a lot, is spinach. Because the spinach, they showed you with Popeye. They knew about spinach. They showed you spinach make Popeye strong. And they knew that. So spinach is one of the strongest greens you could eat. Right? And what I like about spinach is I can get a big bag of it. And so I could use it throughout the week in different meals. I could either make a lot of spinach and cook like a half a bag of it, or I can use it sparingly in my variety of meals. So I could use it in my stir fry. Then I could use it when I'm steaming something. Then I could use it like this. Then I could use it like that. So I like to get the spinach because I can get my greens in my food, and I can get more meals out of it. Because the key to being a vegan is you want to go to the store and you want to buy things that's going to help you make a lot of meals, and you don't want to spend a lot of money. So you want to buy couscous, you want to buy quinoa, you want to buy rice and beans, right? You want to buy jasmine rice. You want to buy basmati rice, right? You can buy brown rice. I prefer the basmati and the jasmine. The brown rice is a little tough, although I eat it. The black rice is too expensive. It's too expensive. I can't be paying all that money to eat no rice. Even if I got the money, I don't like throwing my money away just because I got it. Just because I got it don't mean I want to just throw it away. And so these things help add moisture to my meals and allow me to cook a variety of stuff. And some of these things are there. So next time I go to the store, I buy something different to add with these things. So these are my staples. And then I add a whole bunch of other stuff around these 10 items. So these 10 items help me make a full meal. Because I can, no matter what I make, I can always add a sweet potato to it. I can always add spinach. I can always add yellow squash. I can always add Brussels sprouts. I can always add garlic, cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, bell pepper, and onion. So no matter what else I buy, as long as I got those staples in and out, now I can make a variety of meals and get a lot of nutrition. Right. But Dr. Sabu still was eating fish. He was still eating fish.
Once in a while I will eat fish. Once in a while I will eat fish. Once in a while I will eat fish.
See what I mean? I be keeping that on lock for when they get it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll be keeping that on lock for when they try to troll me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I keep that on lock in case they try to troll me. Yeah, I keep that because they be trying to troll me with that, and I'm like, I'm not really listening to dude like that. Ain't no alkaline fish. Ain't no such thing. You know what I'm saying? Alkaline is all make believe, G-Ra. It's all nonsense. If you eating plant based, you eating alkaline already. Plant based food ain't acidic, It's just nonsense. You got alkaline all the way over here, and you got acidic all over here. Both of those are poison. Anywhere in here, you're all right. Both alkaline is battery acid. If you eat all alkaline or you eat all acidic, you either eating bleach or battery acid. Yeah, chopped cabbage and hummus is good, but I like to cook I don't like raw vegetables. You know, now you can eat them. You got to wash them. You should be soaking your vegetables. You should be soaking your fruit to make sure there's no parasite. You know what I'm saying? So you should be soaking your vegetables. You should be soaking your fruit, and then it's kind of fine. But the nutrients is down in the vegetables. So when you steam them, you pull the nutrients up. So let me give you an example. In the South, they used to cook vegetables. And when they would get through cooking a pot of vegetables, they called that juice pot liquor. Well, a lot of people don't know is that juice is packed with nutrients, packed. So when people say, well, when you boil your vegetables, you boil all the nutrients out to where? Into the water they're sitting in. So when you take them same vegetables and put them in a bowl and pour that pot liquor in there, you still getting it. See, they be giving y'all false information. You getting the nutrients. Matter of fact, you getting the nutrients better that way than inside the vegetables. Now you're getting straight vitamins that the heat has extracted from the vegetables. That's pure nutrients when you eat that. And then if I cook some vegetables and I pull the nutrients out the vegetables and the vegetables is sitting in the nutrients, ain't the vegetables still absorbing the nutrients right back? And so when you eat these juicy vegetables, you're getting the nutrition quicker than if you ate it raw. By far. Steaming it pulls it up out the depths of the vegetables, makes it easier to digest. So when people say gorillas eat like this, though, but gorillas dumber than us. We're the highest level species. That's why we can cook, and gorillas can't cook. Gorillas can't cook. Gorillas don't got people in the zoo. People got gorillas in the zoo. We the dominant. We're the smartest. We scientists. We high level scientists. Our creators were scientists. So cooking is the highest level of intelligence. Facts. Raw is all right, but raw is not the highest level of intelligence. Cooking is able to take certain plants and to soften them up so you can eat them. It's genius. Fire. The same people that say eat raw, why they got heat? Why they got air conditioning? Why they got a furnace in their house? Why they use fire? Why they don't live raw? Why don't they go outside and live raw? That's a good question. If raw is so good, why don't you go live out in nature? Why you in a house? Why you in an apartment? Why you got a furnace? Why you got air conditioning? Why you don't live raw? So criticizing cooking food is criticizing our high intellect as the supreme beings on this planet. That's what we do. It was made by the creator. So we have some creators intelligence like our creator. We create. We recreate. The creator creates and we recreate. That's why we call it recreation. So no, cooking is science, like spaceman stuff. Well, you could take a cabbage and make it soft so you could eat it and boil and pull all the nutrients out of it. It's genius, actually. Mind you now, we had fire first. Go watch Quest for Fire. So knowing how to use fire is genius. Cooking food is genius. It's scientific. Now, raw food is good too. Raw food is good too. Fruits. Notice you don't ever cook fruits, right? You don't cook fruits. You cook vegetables. That show you right there that one is best to eat raw and one is best to eat cooked. That show you right there. How we learned how to boil coconuts and get coconut oil. That's a bad thing that we know how to get coconut oil from the coconut. It's a bad thing we know how to make coconut milk from the coconut. This is all science. Vegetables is cooked. Steam. You can steam them or you could cook them all the way down as long as you drink the pot liquor, as long as you put the pot liquor and eat the pot liquor. Now, if you take the vegetables out of all these vitamins in the water, see what I'm saying? And dump that water out, you be seeing that brownish water. You just dumped a lot of the vitamins out. That's why back in the day, when they would take the vegetables out, they would put that water in a jar or in a pot. They would keep pot liquor, and Granny would drink some every morning. That was they multivitamin in the South. Ask somebody. They didn't throw out no pot liquor. Pot liquor was the vitamins. That's why they call it pot liquor. It's liquor. It's a vitamin liquor. Old people in Alabama, Mississippi, down south, they kept that. That's the nutrient that make you strong as an ox. I guarantee you put that out there, I bet a horse will drink it. Do I still do it today? I don't put it in the refrigerator. I'd use all mine. I drink mine. I eat mine with the food. I put mine in the food and use it. Or I'll steam it. When you steam it, you ain't gonna get that much pot liquor. So that's why a lot of times we steam it. When we steam it, it comes out and stays in the vegetables. So the water, like if I take 2 pots and I put some vegetables in the water over here, and I put the same amount of vegetables on the steamer, when I take the ones out the steamer and look at that water gonna still be kind of light. The ones I boil in the water, that water gonna be dark. So I haven't been using pot liquor that much because I keep the moisture in the plants. I don't boil it out. So I don't never boil it out. So all of that pot liquor be still in there. Because I don't really boil my food. But if I did boil it, yeah, I would know I boiled all the nutrients out. But that's not no problem long as I drink that liquid. I don't drink my liquid because it don't have that much nutrients in it because I steam it. And that's why I like to saute because boiling pulls too much nutrients out and then you got to use the liquor. But if I just saute it, everything is still in there. And the steam come up when I put it in a skillet, put some oil and let that heat from that skillet soften it up. It's got all the nutrients in it. Ain't no nutrients coming out. Because it ain't no water. I'm not using no water. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Derek? So I'm not using no water. You know what I'm saying? I don't really cook with water that much. I always put my stuff in the skillet. I always put my stuff in the skillet. I use the skillet mostly. I use a skillet, and that's why I put the onions in the bottom, and then I let the steam from the onions cook the vegetables on the top. You know what I'm saying? I put the bell pepper and onion on the bottom, and then when I put my tofu on there, whatever, then I put my vegetables on there. I let that steam soften up everything. So like the bottom is getting like the onions and bell peppers getting fried, and while they're getting fried, that moisture is cooking everything on top. Then I stir it a couple times, let the heat hit it all. Then I eat it, and it be basically all the nutrition be right there still in it. But every now and then I'll steam some vegetables. It depends on what kind of meal I'm trying to have. If I'm trying to have a wet meal, I'll steam some vegetables, make some sweet potatoes, something like that. But a lot of times, now that I'm exercising and I got to build muscle, I'm just skilling because I got to eat all day, which I don't like to do. I don't like to eat. I've been a vegan so long, I just wasn't eating that much. Once a day, barely, maybe. But now I got to hit these weights. I got to hit the gym. I ain't been in the gym though. I don't think I'm going to the gym till the fall. I'm working out at home, and so I gotta eat. Drink protein shakes. Drink protein shakes. Eat. Hit the weights. Hit the weights. Hit the weights. Clean out. Clean out. So I got to do systems. Right? Now it's almost clean out time. It's warm. I'm gonna go out here and give me two watermelons. Clean out. Clean out. Clean out. With the watermelons all summer and still bulk up, clean out, bulk up, eat up, clean out, eat up, clean out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this is something new I got, they say. I've been drinking the sarsaparilla dried root. I thought I was gonna get the actual roots, but they gave me the powder. They gave it to me already ground up. But I gotta try to find the sticks. I want the real sticks. But it's extremely good. Okay. But it's supposed to really be it's supposed to really be one of the top healers. Yeah, I love collard greens. I love collard greens. Loopy. I like to buy them. Whatever looks good is what I buy when it comes to greens. Sometimes the collard greens look beautiful. Sometimes the dinosaur uh, look good. The dinosaur kale look good. Sometimes the kale look good. So I go in the store, whichever one looks the best, that's the one I'll buy. Sometimes the colors be good. Sometimes they be like the leaves be damaged a little, you know. Same thing with Brussels sprouts. Sometimes the Brussels sprouts look really good and sometimes they don't. So whatever looks the best, Loopy, that's what I buy. Whatever looks the best. Another thing I drink, when I drink these things, I just drink them straight for a week or two. So another thing I drink is the soursop leaves. When I drink soursop leaves, I like drink that for a whole week. I did like 3 or 4 days with the sarsaparilla. Now I'm back to the limeade and maple syrup. I make sure I get all the pulp in there. The pulp will get inside your body and clean you out. So I'm doing limeade this week. Then next week I'll go back. You got back from your cardio workout. That's excellent. Your goal got to be to try to stay alive, just like you be trying to make money, right? So your goal is, you get up, try to make money, right? You try to make money so you can pay your bills and take care of yourself. So that's a goal. Get up. I got to get some bread. I got to get some money. That's goal number two, though. Goal number one is stay alive. Because if I don't stay alive, I can't get no bread. You know what I'm saying? So the first goal is stay alive. When you make staying alive your first goal, that's going to sustain you through everything. Because trying to get money don't just sustain you, because sometimes the money don't come in, then you going to get depressed, right? Or like you go through a bad breakup, or you get fired from a job. The main thing that's going to help you make it through all of that is fitness and health. You concentrating on your fitness, you doing your workout, you trying to eat clean as you can. Even if your money messed up, get some couscous. Cheap, get some couscous, get some beans and rice. And then don't buy no lot of vegetables. Just buy onions and stuff like that. Beans and rice and onion and bell pepper. Don't turn around and eat bad. Just stop eating as good, but it's still good. If it's not bad, it's good. And this is what nobody want to teach y'all. They teaching y'all that it's something in between. There's nothing in between. You either eating bad or you're not. If you're not eating bad, you're eating good. Period. So if you're just eating rice and beans, and onion and bell pepper, you're not eating bad. You're eating good. And so what's happening if you're going through a transition, you getting these beans, shoot, you ain't usually going to get enough beans. You ain't been eating enough black beans. You ain't been eating enough red beans because you have money, you buy different stuff. But when you fall on a hard time, you got to eat beans. That's good because now, like, yeah, I'm finally getting these beans in my system. While you doing that, building up your strength, keeping your confidence up while you go apply for another job or get another hustle. But you have to try to stay alive. It's not nothing that's just going to happen. You're just not going to be alive. You actually got to work to be alive. Seriously. And when you start thinking about, I'm trying to stay alive, it's going to open up your whole world. You're going to put your seatbelt on. You're going to drive safely. You're going to be looking for situations where people try to harm you. You're going to be looking to make sure you're not eating nothing that's going to harm you. You're going to be making sure you're not putting nothing on your body, no perfume or no cologne that's going to harm you. You're going to be looking to stay alive. It's a whole organic 360 degrees thought pattern. Boom, you broke up with your woman. Boom, she running around with another dude. You finna crash out? No, you trying to stay alive. She gone, let her go. You trying to stay alive. You can't be worrying about her. What you want to do? You going to pass away worrying about her? You're going to worry about her and your health and your mental health and your physical health ain't no good. Well, then you ain't going to never be with her anyway if you're going to commit suicide like that. Your number one thing got to be, man, I'm trying to stay alive. I was talking to my boy about that. He got to go back and get another surgery. He trying to get some money and stuff. He done had 8 surgeries. He got to go back another surgery because his stomach is coming through his ribs or something, they say. You know what I'm saying? He all messed up. He's still trying to figure out how to get some money, but his body shot. How many surgeries he going to survive? You know what I'm saying? So you got to try to stay alive first. And that's where the eating and everything come in. You know what I'm saying? And you just eat the best you can. without eating no meat and no dairy stuff. It ain't got to be no superfood and all that. They be telling you all that. You understand? That's all wrong information. That's wrong information. Exercise and make your body stronger, but you can't eat and be, it's not about eating this to get this healthy. That's not what it is. They be lying. It's not about going this way. It's about not going this way. They don't tell you that. It's about not going this way. That's it. They trying to make it like, oh, you eat these special stuff and go this way, go this. That's not, come on, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. Eat all this special stuff and more special and more special. No, you're going to be fine. It's not about how great you eat. It's about how bad you don't eat. That's what it's about. It's about don't eat bad. If you're not eating bad, anything else you eating is excellent. Period. You can't get the two mixed up. I'm just trying to stop you from eating bad. I'm not trying to get you to eat special fruit from Peru. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that nonsense. Come on, man, stop. Taking it, making a mockery out of it. Well, we just trying to save people from eating the obvious poison. We just trying to get you off red dye and yellow dye and all that and Cheetos and all. That's all. No, they won't leave it at that. Oh, you got to be a super fruitarian. Man, all right, whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't outside no more. You on some fraudulent, you know what I'm saying? Talking to people like they can go in Whole Foods and buy $1 billion worth of fruit. You know what I'm saying? Talking crazy. You know what I look like telling you to be a fruitarian? Like you can afford that. Well, you get so unrealistic. You talking to people about stuff you don't even think if they can even do this. They can't even do that. Some of these health experts, they making a lot of money off of giving y'all health advice, and then they offer that money. They doing a certain thing, and then they telling you to do what they doing, but they making all the money. You ain't making no money like that. How can you afford to do what they saying? You go look out and they got all this fruit everywhere. And you go to the store, can you have all that fruit laying up there like that? You know how much it costs for you to juice apples? And all you get is a little bit of juice. But whatever, though. That's why come on, man. Juicing is a scam. Oh, my soul, juicing is a scam. You don't get your money worth. Man, stop it. Juicing is a scam. Facts. I think I forgot what it was. I think it was about the blueberries. I bought some blueberries. I juiced them. I didn't get hardly no juice. So the next time I got the blueberries, I threw them in the blender. Brr, got a whole bunch of juice. Not only made a lot of juice, I put some water with it. Made me some real juice. I'm like, why I got to drink pure blueberry juice? If I got a half a blender of blueberry juice and it's got nutrition in it, is it going to lose nutrition if I put water and a little sweetener in there? No. It's still going to be in there. It ain't going to fly out. So why would I drink this much blueberry juice when I could put some water in there and have me some blueberry juice? I could put me some water, a couple spoons of guava or maple syrup in there and got me a whole gallon of juice. I got me some juice, just like the juice in the store. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna drink this. I'm not finna drink this. Come on, man. I'm the realest alive. I'm not finna drink this. I'm not finna spend all this money for these blueberries and get this much juice, man. I'm finna cut that. The nutrition's still in there. Where the nutrition go when I put water in there? Nowhere. As a matter of fact, you ain't gonna do nothing but pee a lot of it out. So if you cut it, it's gonna give your body more time to get it all out of there. If you drink some pure black blueberry juice, you're gonna pee a lot of that vitamins out. Your body's not gonna take all that nutrition out of it. If you cut it, now your body got a chance to take it as you drink it, and you got more juice and you saving money. You just want some juice. Juice is juice. You know, oh man, this is pure juice, man. Man, this is juice. I made this juice. Now you go to Minute Maid for years and they made your juice. Now all of a sudden you don't want to make your juice. You want to cut it. Why I can't make juice the same way Minute Maid make juice? My juice better than Minute Maid. This pure blueberries in there or blackberries in here. This some good juice and water. And you need water. Nothing wrong with adding water with it. And you blended up the pulp and everything. With the juicer, you threw the pulp away. It's nutrients in the pulp. Duh. Why you ain't blending that pulp up in the juice? Man, I went out bought some Honeycrisp apples, man. I put them in there, man. I didn't get no juice. I like, man, I should have just ate the apples. You know what I'm saying? Man, the hell, I'm a juicer. I juice it myself. I am the juicer. I chew it up and juice it. Yeah, get out of here. Juicing is a scam. Blenders, where you at? Blenders, we taking over juicers. Juicers is whack. Blenders, we run the world. We blend it. We using the blender, and the blender cheap. I can get a blender for $30-something dollars. Usually it break, I get another one. I don't got about no $600 juicers. You crazy? You know how many blenders I could buy with a $600? I got a blender, man. That blender, I got it on sale, and it was glass. I got it on sale at the little local store, and it's glass. The doggone juice is plastic. All plastic. On my soul is plastic. So which one is healthier, the plastic juicer or the glass blender? I talk to the real. I'm the realest vegan alive. Come on, man. You don't got to do all that. You know why they want you to do all that? Because they want help for the rich. That's why. That's why. Because it's for the rich. It's not for the poor or the hard working. And the life they got for the rich is designed. Guess what the life for the rich is designed to do? Make them poor. The life for the rich is designed to give your money to the riches. You little boy rich. So then you got to go buy these cars and stuff from the big rich and get them the money. So just get you a nice little brand new pickup truck and stop flossing and flaunting and giving them people your money back for something that can't make a damn dime. You know what I'm saying? I just talked to my boy. We trying to buy some trucks. We trying to buy some trucks, man, to get some money, man. We ain't trying to buy none of that trash. They keep all that trash. We trying to get a couple of these. We trying to get a couple of these. We don't want no new ones either. We don't want no new ones either. We try to get money. We ain't trying to spend that. We don't want no new ones. They ain't gonna be doing nothing but hauling stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do nothing but hauling stuff. We try to bring in 2 grand a day. 2 grand a day. Bop, 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 bop. 1,500 on a slow day. 2 grand a day. Bop, bop, bop. 5 days a week. Do the math. 10 grand a week. Boom. 40 grand a month. Hello. 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 Y'all be telling y'all stuff. I'm gonna tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? And guess how much money I'm gonna have when somebody asks me, nah, I'm gonna be broke. I ain't gonna be on nothing. I'm gonna have on silver. And people gonna be saying, you bum ass and all that. Excellent. Tell the IRS too. Tell them I'm broke. I'm broke. Listen, tell everybody I'm a bum. I'm broke. I don't got no money. I'm struggling. Tell everybody. Tell everybody that. I'm giving y'all a game that I'm supposed to be saying on Pharaoh said that, but that's right. I give you a little game. You need to get into the plant-based business though. You need to be getting little permits, get your fruit blended up, sell fruit juice in front of the house. You're trying to stay alive. You gotta eat right. You gotta stay alive. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it because I don't want to work. But the bro want me to work with him. I'm still thinking about it. I don't want to work 5 days a week. I don't want to go drive around that stuff. I'd rather have less money than to get up every day and drive around that truck and make money. I'd rather have less money. You know what I'm saying? There's money on the ground on the internet. I'm trying to sit down and get this money on this net. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to run around. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get money right here off this net. There's money on the ground. People getting rich on the internet. Yeah, but you got to work. I don't want to. I don't want to go work. I don't want. I don't want to go work. I don't want to work. I don't want to run around and do nothing. I'm Johnny Carson. Here's Johnny. I get up here and talk and run the bag up. Now this labor is easy. We just gonna pull up. Somebody gonna put the stuff in the trunk. We got an automatic thing, and it lift back and dump. We go take it and dump it. Go. That's all we gonna be doing. We ain't gonna be working. Just time consuming. We ain't gonna be working. We just gonna be sitting down. We ain't gotta get up and do nothing. We ain't gotta do nothing. All we do is pull up, throw the stuff in the back of the thing. Boom. That's it. That's how we gonna be doing. We ain't gonna be working. Uh-uh. No, we ain't gonna be working. This gonna do all the work. This gonna do all the work. This gonna do all the work. All we do is push a button, it dump it. When we pull up, you don't want to throw your stuff back there. We not doing nothing. We just sitting down. We just drive up and sit. I just don't want to even drive around and sit down. I don't even want to drive around and sit down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get up every day and go outside. My outside days is over. I had a cutie pie. She told me, you don't never go nowhere. I'm like, girl, being around the world and ay. I'm not, I'm 67. I'm not trying to still keep running around like that. I didn't did my running around. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to build up some muscle. Boom. Get strong. Stay alive. Boom. That's it. Get some money where I can get it. If I can't get it, then hey, I'm not finna try to stress out over no money or none of that. Get it when you get it. When I get it, I don't even care. I get it. Ain't nobody, it ain't gonna do nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen, but my kids gonna get it. That's just their inheritance. You know, I got friends, they chasing money, ain't even got no babies. I'm like, well, what you chasing it for? You chasing money for nothing. You ain't got no babies. You just chasing money to pass away and go where it's gonna go. See what I'm saying? You ain't got no babies. You need a certain amount of money to have a baby? Really? Are you kidding me? Nah, I done seen everybody. I done seen all the concerts. I'm on some health and fitness. Health. I'm on some health. I'm 67. I'm not trying to do no running around until I get on my 75th birthday. Period. On my 75th birthday, yeah, I probably do some stuff, go on some trips, some real trips. Cause the trips I'm finna go on is finna be book promo trips. You know what I'm saying? I've been everywhere. I've been working for myself since I was a youngster in my 20s. I've been working for myself. Never been homeless. Never had the lights turned out. Never had the electricity go out. Never had the gas turned out. Never been evicted. Never. Never got eviction notice. Facts. Never. 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 I ain't never had no lights turned out. No eviction notice or nothing like that. Never. Number one thing you have to do is take care of your health. That's why I started this channel. You gotta eat right. You gotta stop taking your money, giving your money to these companies that's gonna make you sick and send you to the doctor. You're gonna have to eat right and you're gonna have to exercise. Ain't no getting around it. Especially nowadays when we sit in these chairs at these jobs. Like this is a job and I'm in my chair. So you have to get up, you gotta do squats, you gotta do push ups, you gotta do jumping jacks, you gotta move. We live in a world where we don't move no more. And health ain't no priority. Money is the priority. And people getting a lot of money. Why they deterring their health? And then they giving the money to the medical industry. Like you working for the medical industry. You hustling backwards. You know, you hustling backwards. Basically. Take care of yourself, eat right. Get off them poisons, get off them toxins. Exercise. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you keep a positive mind. Don't start stressing over nothing. I don't care what it is. Don't be stressing. Don't be trying to compete with other people. Don't be trying to show people what you got. Because that's most people, the only reason they want fancy stuff is just to show people. They don't want it for themselves. They want it for somebody else to see them. That's it. That's it. My friends and associates that's doing the best are the ones that's health minded. I got a lot of friends from a lot of nationalities, and they watched their papa pass away. They watched their mother pass away early. And these are Greeks, Italians, Black Americans, Africans, Jamaicans. They watched their parents pass away, right? Some of them, their parents worked hard, got stuff, but they still had a miserable death from ailments. It was a slow, miserable death. It wasn't fast, it was slow. It was years of deterioration. And they like, I'm not doing that no more. You know, I got one friend, he got a restaurant, he got an Italian restaurant. And he's like, Pharaoh, I don't even eat this stuff no more. He said he got a guilty conscience selling it. He's like, it's a family business passed down from my grandfather. But he like, my wife had breast cancer. You know what I'm saying? And I was having some problems with prostate, and they thought I might have had prostate cancer, but I didn't, but I was had. So he said, we changed the way we eat, but this is how we make our money. And he said, we selling stuff we would never eat. That's what he told me. He said, we selling stuff we would never eat. He's like, my wife got to be super strict or the breast cancer could come back. I got a friend that's a vegan. She was a vegan and she started taking her foot off the brake. Started eating donuts and different stuff, right? That wasn't meat, but wasn't necessarily vegan. Boom, got breast cancer. She went back strict vegan and cured it. Then had to get her breast cut off, reversed it. And she said, Dred, I tell you, man, I never should have fell off what I was doing. And she fell off what she was doing and got breast cancer. And then she went and cured it herself. She went right on the plan she was supposed to stay on. If you see me in the store, you ain't gonna see me buying no potato chips and all that stuff. If I buy a bag of potato chips, it's because PJ coming, my grandson coming, and so I buy cookies and potato chips because I'm trying to switch him from the cookies he eating to these cookies. See what I'm saying? So that stuff is important for people transitioning. And they don't teach y'all that. We need vegan junk food. We need vegan burgers and stuff. But we don't need them for you when you already got off it. We need them to help people get off meat and McDonald's and stuff like that. That stuff is very valuable for transitioning. And so a lot of these vegans, they don't be teaching right. They don't let you know there's different levels. There's the level of eating better, but there's the level of getting you from eating bad. And those are two different missions. My main mission is to stop you from eating bad. My mission ain't to get you to eat better once you stop eating bad. My mission is to get you to stop eating bad. Then once you stop eating bad, now you start to eat better and better. So in other words, you're not eating bad, but you're not eating as good as you can either. But the only thing we worrying about is to stop you from eating bad because you're going to have to do that anyway. So those are two different processes for teaching. And like I'm the only one teaching that. All these other brothers is just teaching like expert stuff. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting Beyond Burgers and stuff like that. You ain't supposed to disrespect that stuff. If you're a master teacher of eating right, you already know what it is. So when the Beyond Burger was popping, and I would be in Whole Foods and I see a black woman and her daughter, and they got 4 packs of Beyond Burgers, I would walk over there and say, "Oh, you try to change the way you eat, huh?" They're like, "Oh, you know it." I knew why they had them. They was trying to replace burgers. You're supposed to know if you're a master teacher, you're supposed to know what your people is doing. I'm not finna go over there and tell them Beyond Burgers ain't no good for you. See, they trying to get off meat, man. They need something. They don't know nothing about veganism and plant-based. They regular people trying to change. So these burgers and these sausages and these cookies and donuts is real good for transition. Excellent. Something I wish we would have had. I wish I would have had burgers and stuff. When I transitioned, veggie burgers was nasty. These burgers, they got is good. Oh my soul, these burgers is good. And these fish sandwiches and stuff they got is good. These chicken sandwiches is good. Trust me what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If you're transitioning, hold on. Hold on. Man, let me show you something, man. If you're transitioning and you're trying to go vegan, I'm going to tell you, definitely get these Gardein chicken fillets. Telling you. If you're trying to transition and you're trying to get off meat and you want something to eat, man, listen, these is fire. Okay? Okay? These right here, these is fire. These is fire. I ain't lying. I buy them like 3 times, 4 times a year. Yeah, those is fire. Yeah, those right there, man, those are so good. Okay? Those are so, so, so good. You need that in your life. You need this in your life. Yeah, you need these in your life. Trust me what I'm telling you. If you try to transition, you need these in your life. Tell any vegan won't smoke, they can come over and go live. And they got the spicy one if you like hot stuff. They got the spicy one. But I like the regular one is best because you can spice it up yourself. These are extremely delicious. Extremely. Hold on. I don't think I'm showing them to you. Let me put it back up. There they go. These are extremely delicious. Okay? Extremely. When I say extremely, I mean extremely. I kid you not. And I forgot the name of those buns. Let me see if I can find them buns. Uh, Let me see if I can find these bonds, which I don't know if you transition it, because I don't know if they are plant based. I think they are. Uh, the pretzel bonds. The pretzel bonds. If you try to transition, you ain't got to worry about it being perfect and all that. The pretzel bonds is popping. Get the pretzel bonds. Get the burger I showed you. And you're gonna have one of the best sandwiches you could ever dream of. This one right here. Certified vegan. Yeah, it's vegan. Certified vegan. Get the pretzel buns. On my soul. Get the pretzel buns and get the fillets I showed you. And man, listen, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck. And the hot dog buns. I get these buns. And I get like one of them vegan plant-based sausages. Hey, it's all the way up. It's all the way up. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Everybody tell you different. They don't know what they talking about. They ain't outside like that. They are internet vegans. They ain't dealing with the black community like that. They ain't dealing with people got to transition. You trying to transition. You trying to transition. Get these bonds right here. Get them bonds right there. On everything. I'm telling you. Get them pretzel buns. Get them pretzel buns. Get them sandwiches I showed you. You're gonna be good. Get some good plant-based sausages. Get a good plant-based burger. The Beyond Burger is all right. The new one with the avocado is good. Get the new one. They changed it. It ain't as good as the first one, but it's good if you got children. Like my grandson come over here, and I cook up that Beyond Burger for him. Put on that pretzel bun with tomato and lettuce and all that stuff, and give him some chips or make him some fries. Hey man, he said that's the best burger he ever had in his life. He don't know. He is shorty. He be thinking he in heaven. Straight up. I give my grandson that stuff, man, he be happy. Cause you know his mother raised him, he a meat eater. So I would have to take him to like Popeyes and stuff like that. I don't do that. I give him the vegan version and he don't know the difference. I give him transitional food. I give him the food to transition. To the point every time he come, he asks me, do I got it? As a matter of fact, one time I took him to Soul Veg and we bought a bunch of food. We had some leftover. And so I was getting ready to drop him off. I dropped him off. I gave his mom all the food. He said she wiped it out. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of this new plant-based stuff to grow the market. See, let me tell you something. I buy all the plant-based. If they come out with a donut, a cookie, and it's something I would eat, I buy that. I buy that stuff all the time. I support that stuff. I don't eat it constantly, but I buy it. I buy it. That's how we grow the market. We grew the market. We grew the market. We went and bought silk when it first came out, soy milk. And then they came out with cashew, almond. Then somebody else came out with a better one. Then somebody else come out with a better one. And over the next 2 years, 3 years, somebody gonna come out with a perfect one. Then they came out with the almond cow, where you can make your own. This is how you grow the market. You grow the market. You know what I'm saying? You have to grow. You have to grow the market. You know what I'm saying? They got everything. Pea milk in there. I got pea milk. My milk is made from peas. Now they're gonna make that better and make that better and make that better. They starting to put less ingredients in it. Only 4 ingredients. Same thing with the protein powder and stuff. They make it better and better and better and better. You grow the market. You grow the plant-based market. You don't start complaining about the plant-based food when people have been eating straight trash and they trying to make something better. And then here you go. You know what I'm saying? When Burger King got that sandwich, you know how many vegans? I even ate them. Like if I get in a bad situation where I'm hungry, I'll go to Burger King and get one of them sandwiches. I haven't had one now in a couple of years, but yeah, I would eat it. I would eat it before I eat a regular Whopper if I'm out here hungry. Hunger is not good. Hunger, when you out and you stranded and you don't get them hunger pains and stuff, you got to eat. Then you go back when you get back to your spot or whatever. Then you go back whole food, however you do. Don't let nobody fool you that you eat a vegan burger now you're gonna die. Really? And I grew up on chicken and I grew up on Polish sausage and I grew up on macaroni and cheese and I grew up on Italian beefs and all that. So you tell me I grew up on all that meat and you telling me I eat a vegan burger, it's gonna do what? It's gonna do something. Now you trying to talk to me like I'm eating a vegan burger 365 days a year. This is how these stupid vegans be. You're gonna try to make it like I just eat vegan burgers every day. Man, that ain't no good for you, bro, man. You're gonna eat it and doo-doo it out. Bro, stop talking to me. Come on, bro. Why are you talking to me crazy? You're gonna eat it, your body gonna take it, digest it, and kick it out. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, oh, that's going, oh, see, scaring people. When the people trying to make a Ben and Jerry's making an ice cream and all that, people trying to make a better version. And now you got fear tactics, scaring the people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna just kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't eat that. No, you need transitional food. You need transitional food for people to transition. The transitional food is the most important vegan food in society. It's more important than alkaline. It's more important than the whole foods. It's more important than the fruits and vegetables. The number one most important food in this world where people eat bad is the plant-based potato chips, the plant-based popcorn, the plant-based candy, ice cream, Ben and Jerry's. That's the number one most important food for people to eat better. Get me any of your experts if they want to debate that, because they're gonna get destroyed. Because the first thing, they ain't got no time under their belt. They babies. I've been doing this now for 47 years. I'm going on 50 years. So what a baby gonna tell me? Nothing. You're gonna stay in a baby's place. Okay? I got mad vegans under my belt. That's a fact. Okay? I got lots of vegans under my belt already. That's an absolute fact. The most important food is the transitional food. Without the transitional food, they ain't gonna be able to do it. Only a few people gonna be able to do it without transitional food. Only a few people. That's a fact. Only a few people will ever be able to do that. Only a few. Only a few. Nobody would be able to change without those transitional foods. Those transitional foods are very, 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 very important to get people to change, especially to get people to change, to help people help change their children, to really wean them off of the regular food. You need something to wean them off. You need something to wean them off of regular food. If you don't got those transitional foods, you don't got nothing to work with. You're not gonna be able. You're not gonna be able to help. You're not gonna be able to help the youth. You just ain't gonna be able to do it. So that's why I don't ever criticize that stuff. Yeah, I don't criticize that stuff. That stuff is a godsend. Really, it makes it so much easier. It makes it so easy to help people transition. I did a video about it, vegan with children. I think I just posted it not too long ago, and that's very important. It's also important for you so you can get a break and get a snack. You need a snack too. All of this fear tactics that, oh, it's gonna kill you. That's all just nonsense. That's all nonsense. Here's some of the items to get your children if you're trying to help them transition. These are excellent. These will help your babies. Well, your babies don't know they're eating better. They think they're eating the same thing. And that's what you want to do. You want them to think they're eating the same thing, and you want to slowly clean them out while they thinking they're eating the same thing. Those other sandwiches I show you, those are good for adults or a big boy, whatever. But if you got little kids, you got to give them something small. So like these is good. These buffalo wings is good for babies. Give them that and make them some fries. Cut you some fries yourself and fry them. Or give them these little chicken sliders. They like hand food, right? They like hand food. These chicken sliders are good too. I eat these chicken sliders like once or twice a year. Yeah, I eat them. I'll eat them once or twice a year. I cut back from a lot of stuff since I'm exercise, so I'm not buying certain stuff because I don't get to eat like that no more because I'm just drinking protein shakes and eating food. So I don't get to eat no snacks no more right now because I'm working out. These are excellent for your children. I used to have these in my car when I drove Uber, and all the adults would get these, and then they would give me big tips. I had it sitting right upside the side of the tip. I had a tip box, and I had them in the back and a little rack on the tip box right there, and they would just be throwing money in there. That's how I would get $100, $200 in tips uh, by giving the customers that. And then even if they was meat eater or whatever, these organic pops made of all natural stuff taste better because it's real fruit. So they're like, these are so good. And when they would get in with children, like women and men get in with children, I'd be like, here, get a couple of these for the babies. And they'll get two. They got two kids. I said, get two more. Let them take one home each. Man, they be happy. They say, what do you say to the man? Thank you. They be so happy. I made more money doing that too. Right? Also these. This is also good. I buy these. I used to buy these. I used to buy the Cherry Garcia. That's behind the little thing where y'all names is at. But like I said, now I'm working out, so I ain't able to buy it like that. I might buy it like once a year. Since I started doing my workout, I replace sweets with protein shakes. But every now and then I will get them, but I make myself do a workout. It costs me a workout. So if I buy the ice cream, I got to do like an extensive hard workout to pay for it. So if you're trying to lose weight and you want to get a break and you want to get a snack, then charge yourself a workout. If you want to get you some plant-based ice cream, be like, okay, I'm going to get this plant-based ice cream. The day you eat it, you got to work out. And you got to work out after you eat it, right? Yeah, this is vegan. You got to work out after you eat it. See, non-dairy, non-dairy. And so you got to work out after you eat it. Oh, this is so good. My favorite is the Cherry Garcia. The Cherry Garcia is crazy. This is so good. Now, another thing is, too, I'll blend this up in my protein shake, though, before I go work out. I'll make my protein shake and take 2 scoops and throw it in and blend it up. Because you need that. You need that plant-based sugar and that stuff when you're working out. That stuff turns to fuel. It only makes you fat when you eat it and sit down. But when you eat it and work out, it builds muscle. You just gain the weight because you sit down. But if you eat that and you go do your workout gonna pop off. Trust me, Danielle, if you walking and you take walks, eat that ice cream and take a walk. I bet you have a strong walk. You're gonna burn that right off. That ain't gonna do nothing. You're gonna burn that. You're gonna burn that. I learned that when I was in the county jail. I was like, bro, why you eating all that? They're like, bro, we finna burn this right off right now. I said, oh yeah. They're like, we finna burn this. They said, Joe, you can eat, you gotta eat and you gotta burn it. The reason you gonna get fat is you eating and you sitting down. But they said if you use it for fuel, you can say you're supposed to use this stuff for fuel. The only snack I eat now is these right here for my workout. So I eat these still. I eat these for my workout. You know what I'm saying? Tomato is a fruit. Yeah, I know. I ain't have it in my list though. I didn't have tomato in my list. I had bell pepper in my list. So tomato wasn't in my list. And so yeah, they say tomatoes are fruit, but it's a vegetable. They just calling it a fruit. It might as well be a vegetable. Don't it ain't got nothing fruity about it. Bell pepper's a fruit. That's a vegetable too. They just call it a fruit. They say a bell pepper is botanically a fruit. Botanically. Yeah, you know they crazy. You don't cook no fruit. You don't fry no fruit, but if they say so. Good to see you, Joe. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff like that, Joe. They got a lot of stuff. I mean, they call it that, but it's in the vegetable section. It's never around the fruit. It's always with the vegetables. So, it's never in the fruit section. you know, it's a matter of what they say with it botanically and how it grows and stuff. So scientifically, but in life, it's a vegetable. It's in between the section. Well, at Whole Foods is in the vegetable rack with the spray at. They keep it where it can stay a little cool. It ain't be sitting out open like that. Sometimes I think, well, I know at Whole Foods they got it in the vegetable. They got it in the thing with all the vegetables. So I guess it depends on what store you go to. I mean, what they gonna call stuff botanically what it is. Botanically, that's why they say botanically, because in real life it's a vegetable. you know what I mean? There's nothing fruity about it. You know, there's nothing fruity about it. It's not fruity. It's vegetably. So that's science for you. They dealing with botanically, but you know what I'm saying they dealing with it botanically. They saying botanically, but in life, bell peppers are vegetables. Always has been. Go get some vegetable soup and see it's gonna be in there. It should be in fruit soup. But I get it though. I get it. Kinda, but it should be recategorized as a vegetable because it's not a fruit as far as how we deal with fruit. but they're using a scientific on how it grows. It grows like a fruit, kinda, because tomatoes grow on a vine. What fruit grow on a vine? Watermelon grow on a vine, cantaloupe, stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's cucumbers grow on the vine. It's, it's one of those things. There's a lot of strange plants out here that's categorized strange. I just seen one not too long ago. I forgot what it was. And they like, this is not this is that. I forgot what it was. It's another fruit or vegetable that's not that. It's something else. I just seen that a couple weeks ago. I wish I could remember what that was. I use it as a vegetable though, because I don't cook no fruits. I don't think I cook no fruit. Plantain. What is plantain? Is plantain a fruit? Plantains is a fruit. Yeah, plantains is a fruit, but it's like it doesn't get used like a fruit. As a matter of fact, when it's not ripe, it's kind of like almost like a potato. I love plantain, but I like them when they soft and fried. You like eating them raw? I ran into a guy at the store and he was telling me how to he like them hard and he makes them in like a soup, like a rice. And he say you scrape it down. He was telling me how they do it. But I got to introduce to them at the Jamaican restaurants and stuff. So I like mine soft fried, the sweet ones. I don't like them when they too hard. I like them when they flimsy. When they too hard, it tastes like a potato kind of. You need some sauce or something on it when it's like that. Why you sell me this dry thing? Okay, Danielle, you take care. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. So that's what's up with that. I hope y'all learned something. Thanks for joining. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, support the channel. As always, eat to live, don't live to eat, and health is wealth. So take care of yourself and make sure you go and join the Patreon where there's videos I can't show over here. All right? Victory and vegan. Once again, make absolutely sure you eat right. I can't say that enough. Make sure you eat right. Okay? Don't let nobody fool you. Okay? Stay on your square.